Healthcare and CenterWell.
Plus, school leaders are talking about the impact from a new Florida law that could put public and charter schools under one roof.
Streaming on clickorlando.com and broadcasting live, you're watching News 6 at 4 p.m.
And we start with breaking news. House lawmakers just overwhelmingly voted to release the Epstein files. 427 lawmakers approved the bill with just one dissenting vote.
That came from a Republican lawmaker from Louisiana. News 6 anchor Matt Austin joins us now live in studio with what happens next. Matt?
Well, ladies, that bill now goes to the Senate, where House Republicans have called for the bill to be amended to allow the government, the Department of Justice, to redact certain materials from release. The Republican House Speaker voted for the bill, saying he hopes the Senate will make changes to the legislation to protect the identity of survivors who wish to remain anonymous. Now, it took months of political pressure from a bipartisan group of lawmakers to bring that vote forward.
They did it by banding together and never giving up. And that's what we did by fighting so hard against the most powerful people in the world, even the President of the United States, in order to make this vote happen today.
So the Senate Majority Leader says he expects the Senate will move quickly on the bill. The president says he will sign the bill if it reaches his desk. Ginger.
Matt, thank you. Developing at 4, more than 1,000 workers are about to lose their jobs right after the holidays. Kroger is closing 3 of its delivery fulfillment facilities, including one in Central Florida. We're talking about the facility in Groveland. In July 2019, Kroger announced the groundbreaking for that location. It officially opened in 2021. City leaders say around 1,400 employees work there. Leaders with the city and the county say they are ready to support those workers with job placement services. Delivery for the area is expected to end on February 1st. The Kroger closure comes about 2 weeks after the Frito-Lay closure in Orlando. 454 people were laid off at the plant on Silver Star Road, and another 46 people were laid off at nearby facility off Princeton Street. Company officials say the shutdown was driven by business needs. There are plans to help the employees impacted there.
A few months ago, we told you about the Villages Health sale to CenterWell. The CEO said patients could keep their current insurance. But now, if you have United Healthcare, that may not be the case. Your Sumter County community correspondent Emily McLeod joins us now live from the Villages. And Emily, United Healthcare is the largest insurance provider for the Villages Health, and this will likely impact a lot of people.
You're absolutely right, Lisa. I spoke to a representative from United Healthcare not too long ago, and he told me around 25,000 members have received some sort of service from the Villages Health in the past 12 months. This is creating a lot of uncertainty for people and a lot of stress because they don't want to lose the doctors they've come to know for the last several years.
I feel like we've been duped.
After the Villages Health sale to CenterWell, which is a division of Humana, Nancy Devlin's and Len Kensler's medical care hangs in the balance. Both women are insured by United Healthcare.
I know a lot are upset.
On November 7th, TVH CEO Bob Trin sent out this notice to patients saying if CenterWell and United Healthcare don't reach an agreement, they will be unable to keep UHC plans beginning January 1st, 2026. Since the announcement, Devlin has been researching other providers, but says she isn't finding anything comparable to her current plan with UHC.
My PCPs is not in there, and most of them I'm paying more money out of pocket.
This all started after the Villages Health filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy earlier this year to help deal with the more than $350 million it owed to the federal government through Medicare overbilling. In September, CenterWell won the auction to buy TVH, paying $68 million in cash along with other stipulations. We reached out to the Villages Health about the ongoing situation with United Healthcare. A spokesperson from Humana sent us a statement which says in part, "We are open to having further discussions and will work in good faith toward a new agreement. UHC health plans will be accepted at the Villages Health through December 31st, 2025. If no agreement is reached, TVH will be unable to accept UHC plans starting January 1st, 2026. UHC also sent us a statement about the ongoing discussions which says in part, "Our top priority is to reach a long-term agreement that maintains long-term access to CenterWell for 2026 and beyond for people enrolled in our Medicare Advantage and employee-sponsored commercial plans." Nancy and Lynn are worried about losing their doctors they've had for years.
we trusted the Villages Health system, and we need to make it right and make it seamless. That's, to me, the right thing. I feel like we've been duped.
Now, Nancy and Lynn both tell me their plan for right now through the end of the year is to stick with United Healthcare to see if CenterWell and UHC can come together on an agreement. Now, both UHC and CenterWell tell me they are actively engaged in those discussions and working toward a final agreement. United Healthcare tells me their ultimate goal is to make sure they can continue coverage for the patients and those employer-sponsored healthcare programs. To read more about this story, including the sale from earlier this year, and to stay up to date on all of this, you can look at some of our prior coverage over on clickorlando.com. For now, reporting live in Sumter County, I'm your Sumter County community correspondent, Emily McLeod, News 6.
Emily, thank you. Picture this: charter school classes and public school classes under the same roof. That will likely happen in your county due to a new state law, and taxpayers will be paying for it. The Orange County School Board talked about the law's implications during a work session today. Your Orlando community correspondent Mike Valenti was there. Mike joins us now live. Mike, what did they say?
Yeah, Lisa, that meeting inside is still going on. But as we know, taxpayer dollars, they go to public schools. And under this law, public schools would be footing the bill for some charter schools to share the same space as public schools. You may have heard of this School of Hope program. It was established by this law we're talking about. A School of Hope is a charter school operated by a nonprofit called a Hope Operator, serving students from one or more, quote, persistently low-performing schools. And this law says Schools of Hope can move into underused schools rent-free, while the public school district, in this case Orange County, covers costs for the School of Hope operator for things like food and transportation. Superintendent Maria Vasquez in the meeting today said she thought some of the language of the law was ambiguous, potentially creating confusion and different interpretations amongst various board members and districts throughout the state. We've also learned that the district has received letters from Hope operators seeking to share space with public schools, but many of them, we're told, were denied for various reasons, including the fact that two of those operators that sent the letters to the school district were not actually designated authorized operators in the state of Florida. As I mentioned at the top, the meeting is still going on, so hopefully we can go back inside and learn a little more. But again, this is a work session, so no decision will be made at this meeting. But of course, this is something we're going to keep our eyes on. We're live outside the Orange County School building. I'm your Orlando community correspondent, Mike Valenti, News 6.
Mike, thank you. After a slew of lawsuits, including some from families in Central Florida, Roblox is rolling out new safety features.
The popular game has been accused of not doing enough to protect children online. News 6 investigator Erica Brugulio has been following these concerns for us. She joins us now live in the newsroom with the changes coming to Roblox.
So one of the main concerns with Roblox is that predators can create an account and pretend to be someone else. Last month, I told you 2 Brevard County families filed separate lawsuits against Roblox, claiming young girls were groomed and sexually exploited online. The state of Florida also issued criminal subpoenas. In response to allegations, Roblox is not doing enough to verify user ages and moderate content. Now Roblox says it's verifying ages for users who want to message other players. So here's how all of this works. If you want to text or voice chat with someone on Roblox, you will be required to take a video of your face. This will be used to estimate your age. Roblox says the videos will be deleted after the age check is processed. Just hours ago, I spoke with someone from Roblox about the reliability of this system.
You will be able to appeal if you think that this has checked you incorrectly, in which case you'll be asked to upload a government-issued ID, or if you're a minor, you'll be able to have a parent verify your age for you.
We live in an age where there's AI and people are using that to create their own images. Are there concerns that people are going to try to skirt around these new safeguards?
For the way this system works, it requires a liveness check. So you will be in a live video asked to move your head and blink, so that you won't be able to use an AI-generated image to pass this age check.
After the age checks, users will be assigned to age-based chats. This means children will only be allowed to message with someone around their age, and the same goes for adults. Roblox will start enforcing AIDS checks for the United States in January. And of course, parents, make sure to continue to talk to your kids about the dangers of talking to someone online. Lisa?
All right, Erica, thank you. We do want to take a live look at stocks after the closing bell today. Once again, down in the red all day. The Dow ending down nearly 500 points today. The S&P also ending down 0.83%. The NASDAQ shedding a lot today, ending down 1.21%. It's at least the second day in a row with stocks being down for the past week or so.
A middle school had to go into lockdown for a code red today. It happened at Fort King Middle in Ocala. School district leaders say police got a call about someone with a gun nearby. That's when the school went into lockdown. Investigators checked the area, the campus, and searched backpacks. They didn't find anything suspicious and lifted the lockdown. Pilots are lining up outside a local airport calling for better pay.
They are part of a nationwide picket. How this could impact the busy travel season that's coming up.
Painting a wall should not be a pain. I'm Eric Von Anken, and I'm going to show you how we turn this wall blue in about an hour and without making a mess. And the one thing you need to know if you're going to try getting results at home, that's coming up.
News 6 Insider is sponsored by Orange County Library System.
Hey, I'm News 6 anchor Eric Von Anken, the handy newsman, and I'm going to show you how to paint painlessly this wall as long as you do this one thing. This is the secret to a perfect and painless paint job. The first key, though, is making sure you put it on right, putting it on every single place where you don't want paint. Now here's the second key and the most important with this painter's tape. You want to start peeling off the tape the second you're done painting. You don't want to wait till it's dry at all, because then you're going to be peeling off dry chunks of paint. This is the key to a perfect line. What do you think? Should we leave it? We've seen so many painters start by painting a W on the wall when they first start using the roller. What's the point of that? Well, we found out the reason is first to spread the paint around, but secondly, just to focus on one smaller section at a time. Then you move on to a different section. So this is Penny's wall in Penny's apartment here in Orlando, and Penny is actually my producer, meaning she tells me what to do, but not today. The question is, did I get it right today? Let's find out. Producer Penny.
Yes.
How did we do?
It looks great. I like it.
That's good enough for me. I think you're qualified to answer the question.
Okay.
Did we get results?
I think you did. Maybe.
Wow. This is how it is every day. For now in Orlando, Eric Von Aken getting results at home. News 6.
Looked really good.
I'm terrible at painting. Oh, it's too tedious.
You've
and
done
I'm
it?
sloppy. I'm very sloppy.
Just
Yes.
paint the W like he just said. He just gave you all the
he
answers.
makes it look easy.
right there.
Yeah.
All right, meteorologist Jonathan Kagas, that looks like a perfect picture,
He
right?
just
That you
painted
painted right
something
there.
beautiful.
It wasn't me. It's a live look outside Port Canaveral and Brevard County Lodge. Credit Union camera tonight. Beautiful blue skies, reminiscent of the wall there at Penny's place. There's a live look again outside. If you want to stay up to date with the forecast, if you catch any great photos of the sunset this evening, love to see them. Submit them right with the free News 6 weather app. Of course, you can get your forecast update there. We can also update any pictures that you have. So we love to showcase your pictures across Central Florida. Back to the upper 70s under a mainly clear sky right now. We're going to keep sunshine pretty much dominant over the next couple of days after foggy mornings. We're back into that season where typically we're waking up to fog, of course, almost every morning. 79 in the Villages. We're back to around 80 in Mount Dora. Oviedo, we are checking in at 80 degrees right now. Now here's a look at your forecast.
Your forecast is sponsored by Renewal by Anderson.
Heading out this evening, it's going to be fantastic. Mainly clear skies, back to the middle 60s by 9, 64 degrees still by 11. We're hanging out into the upper 50s and lower 60s overnight tonight. You may want the light jacket for when you wake up tomorrow morning. It's going to be the same kind of deal, though. Nice, cool mornings, very refreshing, comfortably warm afternoons. Tuesday, later on today, back to the evening, there's 5, 6 o'clock, just a few passing clouds with us. Again, once the sun goes down, any kind of cloud that is out there goes away. There's 4 o'clock tomorrow morning, and where you see the white and gray on your screen, that is where we're going to have the opportunity for some fog to come back in. So just be on the lookout for that for your commute into work tomorrow. That gets out of here quickly, and we will see more sunshine, and then we'll do it all again towards late tomorrow evening with some more fog trying to work its way back into the picture again. Now, when you wake up tomorrow, again, you might need the light jacket. Same ballpark as this morning. On the cool side, especially northwest of I-4, we're back to the upper 50s in Mount Dora. Denell, and we're at 53. Hanging around 60 in Orlando, back to Kissimmee into St. Cloud Celebration. Mid to upper 60s along the Space Coast. Tomorrow afternoon, we're back to the upper 70s along the coast. Back to the lower 80s inland again with the patchy fog early, and then we'll see just a few passing clouds into the afternoon. Rainfall is something, though, that is going to be extremely hard to come by, not only for the next couple of days, but I think really extending back through Thanksgiving as high pressure stays locked in. The active storm track is going to be well towards our north and west. This is through the start of the upcoming weekend, and you see where the yellows and greens are. That's where some of the heavier rainfall is expected. We are going to stay on the dry side here again for the next several days. Next 3 days, we're looking very nice and comfortable, back to the upper 50s and low 60s. To start your mornings over the next few, we're back to the lower 80s for high temperatures through the start of the weekend and into early next week, back to 81 degrees next Tuesday, guys.
All right, Jonathan, thank you. Now to pilots hitting the picket lines right outside a local airport.
We haven't had a pay raise in 10 years, and we feel like it's about time and we deserve it. And we're a little frustrated by that.
The stalled negotiations going on and what this all means for flights, especially with Thanksgiving travel just around the corner. That's next.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Light Orlando, delivering hope together.
I'm News 6's Mark Lehman, and we are at Orlando Sanford International Airport, where a picket is happening involving Allegiant Airlines pilots. They say they are frustrated with stalled negotiations that have dragged on for years, and they're calling for action from Allegiant, saying the longer they're without a contract, the more risk there is for cancellations and delays.
This is a catalyst that's going to cause some change here, all right? You're doing something.
A showing of solidarity in Sanford. More than 100 Allegiant workers, mostly pilots, picketing at the airport in demanding an end to a stalemate in contract talks.
We've been in contract negotiations with the company too long. It's been about 5 years or longer, and we're just trying to get in line with compensation, benefits, and work rules that match our peers and the other airlines.
Oliver Shields is joining more than 1,400 pilots across the country at 22 airports. It's happening as the union claims Allegiant is continuing to ask for concessions while not addressing concerns about pilot retention.
Our peers are making 50% more than we are right now. We haven't had a pay raise in 10 years, and we feel like it's about time and we deserve it. We're a little frustrated by that.
Allegiant has offered what it calls a competitive package. It includes a 50% average increase in hourly wages that scales to 70% over 5 years. The company releasing a statement saying in part, "We are operating our full schedule and do not anticipate any disruptions related to the informational picketing." Allegiant remains steadfast in its commitment to working in good faith to secure a deal for our pilots. And while pilots are ready to strike, the criteria for that hasn't been met. Meanwhile, those here and across the country are hoping to see progress at the bargaining table.
The company coming in, negotiating in good faith and being able to come to a resolution here. So we hope that's going to happen as soon as possible.
In Sanford, I'm your Seminole County community correspondent, Mark Lehman, News 6.
Orlando is set to get not one, but two football teams.
Yeah, we'll explain why and where they will be playing. That's coming up. Plus, we are seeing how drones could help protect your child in school and distract active shooters.
Yeah, all I
Welcome back. We're following several top stories right now.
House lawmakers voted overwhelmingly on a bill to force the Justice Department to release all of its files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. 427 lawmakers approved the bill with just one dissenting vote. The bill now goes to the Senate for a vote. Republican Senate leaders say the Senate will try to pass the bill quickly. President Trump says he will sign the bill if it reaches his desk. The CEO of the Villages Health says if its parent company and United Healthcare do not reach an agreement, they will not be able to accept United Healthcare plans beginning next year. United Healthcare is the largest insurance provider for the Villages Health. Many people tell News 6 they will stick with United Healthcare, hoping the two parties can come to an agreement. If not, they will be switching providers. After a slew of lawsuits, including some from families in Central Florida, Roblox is rolling out new safety features. The popular game has been accused of not doing enough to protect children online, with one of the main concerns being sexual predators. Soon, Roblox says if you want to text or voice chat with someone on Roblox, you will be required to take a video of your face. This will be used to estimate your age. Enforcement of this starts in January.
Well, tonight, parents will address their school board about a controversial discussion to potentially close down an elementary school because of low enrollment. Your Brevard County community correspondent James Sparvero has been telling us what's at stake for two schools in Cape Canaveral and Cocoa Beach for several weeks now. So, James, do you expect another large turnout from families like the one you saw at City Hall the other week?
I think there could be, Ginger. I just saw one of those family members who I saw the other week. The parking lot here at school district headquarters is the new designated protest location. I can remember during COVID-19 protests like over masks in schools. Everyone would be gathered in this space over here, but they've moved it over here, so any minute now those families could be here. They're hoping to stop this potential merger.
You know, nobody wants to be here. It is a miserable place to be.
But if Brevard Public Schools closes Cape View Elementary in Cape Canaveral and sends the students to Roosevelt Elementary in Cocoa Beach, board members say at least the 500 combined children will be in the same classrooms together from kindergarten until they graduate high school. All of the elementary students wind up at Cocoa Beach Junior Senior High School, where board chair Gene Trent used to work as a teacher.
That would be wonderful for, you know, the continuity, discipline, academic achievement.
The schools are 7 miles apart, and most kids at Cape View walk or ride their bikes, so parents have told me about their transportation concerns.
Making us late to work, possibly. So it's a lot of different things that it could do. It's great having a school in the community.
And the community has the support of their mayor and city council.
Cape Canaveral, at large, supports Cape View.
2 weeks ago, I went to this town hall where Mayor Wes Morrison backed families saying he doesn't want Cape Canaveral to lose its only school either.
And it will be sad to have a city with no school.
Board member Katie Campbell argues merging schools would mean students would get a better education, and the district would save millions that's currently needed in repairs at Cape View. The school opened in the early 60s.
That could go into paying our people more and providing services to our children.
But it does not change the livelihoods of what Cape View means to our family. There's no getting around the convenience of Cape View.
Yeah, the mayor argued at the town hall if Cape Canaveral loses its only school, it's essentially losing its identity. Is it just a resort town with tourists at that point? Well, I know the mayor can't make it tonight, but the families who will be here, they will speak at the school board meeting starting at 5:30. I'll be inside, so I'll give you a live look coming up tonight at 6. Live in Viera, I'm your Brevard County community correspondent, James Sparvero, News 6.
All right, James, thank you. A Good Samaritan has died days after trying to help a driver who was hit by two vehicles in Brevard County. This happened early Saturday morning, just after midnight on northbound I-95 near Mims. Troopers say the driver, a 33-year-old Port St. Lucie man, died at the scene. FHP reports 27-year-old Mary Jolly from North Carolina stopped to help the man, but she was then hit by an SUV. Jolly was airlifted to the hospital and died yesterday. FHP says Jolly was a paramedic for the Gaston County EMS. Now to an outage at a software company that is impacting several major websites.
Thousands of websites rely on Cloudflare to secure and manage their internet traffic. News 6 investigator Donovan Myrie joins us now live in studio to explain what's going on here, Donovan.
You know, Ginger and Lisa, Cloudflare is probably the biggest company you've never heard of. A lot of what we do behind the scenes really has a lot to do with them. So, outages today, X, Spotify, that is ChatGPT. They are owned by OpenAI. And I'm basically going to give you an idea of what happened, because a lot of people don't really understand this. So, you're at home, you are basically on your computer, and you want to get on ChatGPT and go and talk to OpenAI. Most people think this is how it works. You get on your computer, you talk directly to their server, and that's it. It's really not how it is, okay? And Cloudflare is part of the reason why. What happens is, at home, you are talking to Cloudflare, and then Cloudflare is talking to OpenAI. Cloudflare has thousands of servers all around the world. They replicate about 20% of the web. So basically, you don't have to go all the way from, say, Orlando to San Francisco, where OpenAI is. You'll end up on a Cloudflare server, like, say, somewhere in Atlanta. So what happened today? Well, things didn't go well, okay? Cloudflare, boom. That's what happened. Basically, there was a problem. They weren't able to process the traffic from their server to the home servers, and basically things got messed up. What did Cloudflare say today? This was a configuration file that is automatically generated to manage threat traffic. Basically, from what I understand, the file got kind of too big and started shutting things down. Right now, mostly everything is back. There are a few lingering effects. We were even affected here at News 6. Candace was telling me this morning that she could not get out some of her weather alerts. So basically, we're all kind of hit. Back to you guys.
All right, Donovan, thank you. A local school district will get a chance to test out drones. They will be used to distract active shooters and protect students. Your Volusia County community correspondent Angie Casada shows us how it works.
We're actually in front of my former high school, Pine Ridge High, the home of the Panthers. This is one out of several campuses that Volusia County says the new drone technology could eventually be deployed. And today the district is reacting after being chosen as one of only 3 in the state to test it. They're small, but fast. And now Volusia County schools will help test whether drones like these can save lives in an active shooter situation. These drones are developed by Campus Guardian Angel, a Texas-based company the state selected for a new pilot program.
Yeah, so in a school shooting, most of the death happens in the first 120 seconds. So it's really about how quickly can you get there to engage the shooter before they've had the chance to kill a whole bunch of children.
The drones stay stored in secured boxes inside schools. When an alarm is triggered, pilots at a remote command center launch them within seconds, locating the threat and then having the ability to fire non-lethal powder pellets, blare sirens, and flash strobe lights to distract or disorient an attacker. Superintendent Dr. Carmen Valgoman calls the selection an incredible honor, saying it gives the district a chance to lead with cutting-edge technology to protect students and staff. Sheriff Mike Chitwood says the drones offer incredible potential as a force multiplier, giving deputies precious time during the most dangerous moments. The state set aside $557,000 for the program, and Volusia will begin implementing it early next year. Volusia Schools says these drones could reach any point on campus in as little as 15 seconds. The district will start training and testing in 2026, and the state will use the results to decide whether to expand this system statewide. Reporting in Deltona, I'm your Volusia County community correspondent Angie Casada, News 6.
Well, after a historic launch, Blue Origin has recovered and returned its first New Glenn rocket booster that landed. We showed you that landing live right here on News 6 at 4 last week. The booster sailed into Port Canaveral today, and now it stands right next to 2 SpaceX boosters. The New Glenn looks like it's about twice as wide as the Falcon 9s that we're used to seeing. The crowd gathering at the port were struck by how big the rocket looks, too.
We watched the launch, and I wanted him to be able to see the booster. And so there it is right there. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. And it looks very nice and clean, actually. What do you think of the booster? That's cool.
Last Thursday, New Glenn launched NASA's Escapade mission to Mars. The 2 spacecraft the rocket carried into space will study the weather around the red planet.
Taking a live look now at the Kia Center in downtown Orlando from our Light Orlando Delivering Hope cam. Soon you can expect to see an indoor football team playing there. The Orlando mayor posted some pictures on X. The Massachusetts Pirates organization has officially relocated to Orlando. It will compete as the Orlando Pirates, beginning with the 2026 season, which starts in March. That means for the first time, the City Beautiful will have an indoor football team. The franchise won the 2021 championship for the league, and it has been in several conference title games. Now, this is not to be confused with the United Football League, which is also coming to Orlando. That team is called the Orlando Storm, and they will be playing at Inter & Co Stadium next year, starting in March. This means Orlando will technically have two different football teams, and they will both start playing less than a week apart. Well, we have some good news for drivers who are tired of all that traffic.
Where you can start to see less congestion, that's coming up. Plus, we're live showing you Disney's newest cruise ship and all of the experiences you can expect to see on board.
Fantastic weather, whether you're staying here or going someplace else, but why leave? Look at this shot here. Live look, Light Orlando Skycam, downtown Orlando, beautifully blue skies. We're keeping these for a while. We're going to talk about the fog returning to the forecast, though, coming up at about 4:47.
And as we head to break, we want to remind you to check out our primetime schedule on News 6 Plus. We have a new take on the day's news on News 6 tonight. That's at 9. Go in depth as we answer your weather questions at 9:30. Then watch the late news an hour earlier. It's all tonight on News 6 Plus. Download our streaming app for free. Search WKMG in your smart TV's app store. It's also available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.
Disney's newest cruise ship is getting closer to its maiden voyage with paying customers on board.
Yeah, the Disney Destiny brings your favorite stories to life. News 6 digital journalist Haley Coombs is live on board that ship without us. So, Haley, you're having quite the voyage.
Yes, Ginger, what a voyage indeed. And I'm sad to say that, well, the sun is literally setting on my voyage right now. I'm here with Trent, the Destiny Cruise Director. I can't express into words with the time I've had.
Don't be so sad. It's okay. You can come back and see us again. Don't worry.
What makes the Destiny the Destiny? I mean, the theme is everywhere.
It is. It's heroes and villains, but the theme is everywhere. Absolutely. From the carpet to the decor to the entertainment on board. We immerse you in those classic stories of heroes and villains from Disney, Pixar, of course, Marvel, and of course, Disney parks as well. So many stories that you know and so well that you're going to experience here on board this beautiful ship.
I keep telling people so far, I can't stop talking about Hercules.
Yes!
I saw it last night. I'm telling my coworkers. Can
I tell you a little bit about Disney? Disney
Tell me
Hercules,
more.
folks, a brand new show here in the Walt Disney Theater, Broadway-style production. You got to experience it. It's the soulful gospel feel with a high-energy pop concert. Did you feel it?
I did. I
Yes?
really did. I felt, by thunder, as they say. I felt that thunder for sure. The characters on this ship, heroes and villains. You try to choose a side, but it's hard. And the Grand Hall is such a place for those, characters.
So can I ask, team hero or team villain?
Villain.
Yeah, okay, all right. I heard there was a little Hades in your life. But anyway, you're going to immerse yourself with so many heroes and villains here, not only in the Grand Hall, but you may see Maleficent cast a spell on stage. You may walk down the wretched runway with Cruella de Vil. So many experiences exclusive to the Disney Destiny right here on board.
And families, too. The family entertainment. It's tell me more about that.
There's something for absolutely everybody on board. You can come as a family and have an amazing time doing all the events, the activities from very early in the morning to very, very late at night. Of course, our pirate party with fireworks at sea. That's pretty epic as well. Some of the fan favorites here on board for the adults. You want to be an adult, you can come and explore the ship as well. Head to DeVille's Piano Lounge. Cruella de Vil herself, she put it together. She added her flair. There's a Dalmatian dotted piano in that room. It's
and
amazing.
You know what? We're talking about characters, and I happen to have two pal characters right here. Before we go, we wanted to give you a great send-off. So here on the Disney, I'm Haley Coombs, News 6. Back to you guys.
Haley, it looks fantastic. Sorry, the sun is setting on your sailing, but come back to us.
Sorry, not sorry. No, we're glad you had a great time.
And Lisa and I are going to go to make sure that you covered
Thank you,
everything.
guys.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Haley. Bye. Don't forget, you can get the latest theme park and attraction news sent right to your email. Sign up for the In the Loop Theme Park Scoops newsletter at clickorlando.com/newsletters. All right, meteorologist Jonathan Kegas joins us now. And really, if you're sailing back into port here, you're in store for some fantastic weather.
I will say there were more clouds in her shot than what we have right here.
Right.
We don't have a cloud in the sky, so we at least have something going for us right now across most of Central Florida. Again, beautifully blue skies, live look downtown Orlando with our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Skycam. It is a comfortable 81 degrees under those mainly clear skies. Download that free News 6 weather app to stay up to date with any of the changes coming in the forecast. And for the next 7 to 10 days, there are not going to be many, just very subtle changes in the forecast expected as we are locked in underneath this big chunk of high pressure, keeping us nice and sunny. Mount Dora, good evening. We're back to 79 right now. Holopah, we're at 79. Titusville, Mims, good evening. We're back to 82 degrees at this time. And when you wake up tomorrow morning, some may want the light jacket. It's still going to be on the cool side, but that is going to be the theme over the next few days. The cool mornings, the very warm afternoons, at least the seasonably warm afternoons, but nothing too out of the ordinary right now. 56 in the Villages when you wake up tomorrow. Oviedo, we're going to start our day at 59. Now here's a look at tomorrow afternoon.
Your forecast is sponsored by Ramjack.
Pretty much the same as today, maybe a degree warmer. We're back to the lower 80s in Sanford. DeLand, we're at 82. Holopah, we are checking in at 83. Palm Bay will be at 81 tomorrow, just a few clouds passing by. Once we go through the rest of the evening, again, any cloud that is out there, and there will not be many clouds lingering. We will watch those fade as the sun fades tonight. We're going to also watch for a few areas of fog to develop overnight and once we get into your morning commute. So that's really the only weather concern over the next couple of days is just fog coming in on the early side of your morning commute. So just keep it easy out there. What else is nice and easy? Of course, we are nearing the end of hurricane season officially. It's been over for the last couple of weeks. We've talked about that, at least from a Florida standpoint. But across the entire Atlantic basin, no new development is expected over the next 7 days. And the latest long-range forecast, which takes us well beyond the official end of hurricane season from the Climate Prediction Center, again, highlighting no tropical development either. There's nothing to force anything up. The water's at least close to home. Certainly those last couple of big cold fronts have helped to cool things down significantly. So no new development expected over the next really 3 weeks as we go towards the middle of December. The official countdown, again, the last day of hurricane season is, of course, November 30th, the countdown now to 12 days, but the weather looking gorgeous, and that is some fantastic news for us that we are going to get through this one unscathed. 83 degrees on Thursday. We're back to the lower 80s on Friday. Just a few passing clouds out there. Lots of sunshine this weekend. Nice, cool starts. A very comfortable afternoon through the weekend. We're staying into the lower 80s Monday into Tuesday of Thanksgiving week, guys.
Jonathan, thank you. Open your camera app, scan the QR code you see on your screen right now, and click the link. We want to see your weather pictures and videos. They could end up on TV. You can also go to clickorlando.com/pins and upload your pictures and videos that way. Well, traffic can be a real nightmare here in Central Florida, but things could start looking better in one area.
The road work just completed and how it will make traffic smoother. That's next. As we take a live look at Mount Dora, you're watching News 6. We'll be right back.
Coming up in the morning, expanding Sunrail to Orlando International Airport.
It's been talked about for years, but will it ever happen? The key vote to try to keep the plan alive.
Plus, what the Orlando Magic are doing to try and help some families ahead of Thanksgiving.
We'll see you for News 6 mornings starting at 6.
A judge has refused to end probation early for the teacher convicted in a drunken house party with teens. Carly Anderson was found guilty earlier this year on charges of resisting an officer and disorderly intoxication. The former Roosevelt Elementary teacher was sentenced to a year of probation. Her lawyer was hoping to get her off probation earlier. He said she's paid all court costs, finished her 50 hours of community service, and has submitted to random drug and alcohol screenings. According to court records, a judge heard and denied the motion this morning. Anderson lost her job following her arrest. Another school worker, former Roosevelt principal Elizabeth Hill Brodigan, is still awaiting trial. Good news for drivers, your commute might become a little shorter.
2 road improvement projects in Osceola County are officially done. Simpson Road is now 4 lanes from US 192 to Osceola Parkway. Also finished improvements at the Fortune Road and Simpson Road intersection. The county added raised medians, more turn lanes, bike lanes, and improved pedestrian pathways. The changes are meant to improve traffic flow and ease congestion. Drivers we spoke to already see the difference.
I believe I see an improvement in the traffic flow with the new construction of the road. It's been a really good improvement, I believe.
And there's still more to come. Tomorrow morning, your Osceola County community correspondent Stephanie Rodriguez spoke to the county chairwoman and will have more on the project slated to happen as the county tries to keep up with all that growth in the area. We are once again teaming up with BFAR Contracting for the Salvation Army Angel Tree program.
Yeah, we want to get gifts for 5,000 kids and 1,000 seniors this year who might not have anything to celebrate if it were not for all of the donations. So far, 863 angels have been adopted out of those 6,000. The program runs for about 4 weeks. You will see paper angels on trees at the Mall at Millennia, select Chick-fil-A restaurants, or you can go online. And you can do that by taking out your phone, opening your camera app, and scanning that QR code on your screen. It will take you to clickorlando.com/angeltree, where we posted ways you can adopt an angel in person or virtually.
News 6 at 5 is next.
Anchor Matt Austin is in the newsroom with what's ahead.
Hey, still to come, we're following the fallout of the House vote to release documents related to the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. We're going to bring you the latest from Capitol Hill. Plus, more than 1,000 workers in Lake County facing an uncertain future as an employer announces they are pulling out. And could Orlando police no longer be patrolling Orlando International Airport? The potential replacement officials are exploring there. And your forecast is only minutes away. Man, it is a nice golden evening here in Central Florida. Don't forget, you can stream all of our newscasts and live cameras like this look at Daytona Beach for free anytime on News 6 Plus. We'll be right back.
Now at 5, the bill to release files related to the Jeffrey Epstein investigation heads to the Senate. And later, how many services are you subscribed to? What customers are doing to curb those monthly payments. You're watching News 6 at 5. Also now at 5, the controversy continues over a decision to redevelop several acres, a historic piece of property in Eatonville that has council members considering issuing a cease and desist to the mayor at tonight's meeting.
Now, leaders want to clarify the mayor's power after they say she made an important decision regarding the Hungerford property without them. News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez explains the back and forth.
This all has to do with the former site of the Hungerford School. It was a pioneering institution for black students. While the mayor of Eatonville was on board with an agreement to redevelop it, others on the council felt left out.
To not move forward is never an option.
That was Eatonville Mayor Angie Gardner after the Hungerford property was transferred by Orange County Public Schools to Dr. Phillips Charities. That late December decision happened the week after Eatonville's town council voted 4-1 to recommend OCPS reject the agreement, arguing they, not the charity, should decide the land's future.
I'm not happy with this process. Not at all, and I don't support this process.
I'm not happy at this time. I'm not happy at all.
But the mayor agreed with the plan, which will bring a green space, a pavilion, an early learning center, and healthcare facility to the site. Now the council is requesting a cease and desist, asking the mayor to stop using her authority to make decisions on their behalf, citing her work on the Hungerford property as the reason why. While there's been a lot of back and forth about what to do with this historic site, I spoke to one woman who grew up right here in Eatonville, and she tells me if it is redeveloped, that she would like to see it become something that brings the town together.
I'd like to see anything in place there that is going to continue the education process and continue, the further development and involvement of the community.
Why is that so important?
Because it's what we're all about. This is the town that freedom built, right? So with freedom came that collective responsibility to look out for each other.
The council will vote on a resolution to clarify the mayor's executive orders and to reaffirm that the council's approval is required for certain actions during the meeting, which is happening tonight at 7:30. In Eatonville, Stephanie Rodriguez, News 6.
Taking a live look now over our nation's capital, where the House took a significant step toward releasing the Epstein files. Lawmakers passed a bill that would require the Attorney General to make public all unclassified and investigative materials related to the case of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
CBS's Erica Brown has details from Capitol Hill.
The House passed a bill Tuesday to force the Justice Department to release all of its files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
On this vote, the yeas are 427, the nays are 1.
Survivors of Epstein's crimes spoke out ahead of the vote from Capitol Hill.
By passing this act, Congress has the chance to prove that truth matters more than privilege, that justice matters more than influence.
Still, it took months of political pressure from a bipartisan group of lawmakers to bring the effort to a vote.
They did it by banding together and never giving up. And that's what we did by fighting so hard against the most powerful people in the world, even the President of the United States, in order to make this vote happen today.
Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson voted for the bill, saying he hopes the Senate makes changes to the legislation to protect the identity of survivors who wish to remain anonymous.
Congress should give the Attorney General broader authority to redact all the victim information. The discharge doesn't do that.
But the bill's sponsors say they're concerned about possible changes in the other chamber.
If you want to add some additional protections for these survivors, go for it. But if you do anything that prevents any disclosure, you are not for the people and you are not part of this effort. Do not muck it up in the Senate.
After making a reversal over the weekend, President Trump says he will sign the bill if it reaches his desk.
I'd like to be there that day that he signs. I'm sure all of us would like to be there.
The Republican-controlled Senate is still working out how to proceed with the bill. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The president says more than 50,000 pages have already been released following subpoenas by the Justice Department, but survivors say there are additional names not yet revealed of rich and powerful who were allegedly involved in Epstein's actions.
The fate of more than 1,000 workers in Lake County is up in the air tonight after a major employer suddenly announced they are pulling out. Kroger announced that following a review, they are closing their automated delivery fulfillment facilities in Groveland in January. The company says it's a move to optimize its fulfillment network. The facility broke ground in July of 2019. The city of Groveland posted on social media, "This is an especially difficult time for employees to hear this news, and our hearts go out to those affected." There are approximately 1,400 Kroger employees at the facility, many of whom are Groveland residents. We have already been in contact with Lake County and will work with CareerSource Central Florida to support their employment strategy.
Well, is there any place for electric bikes and scooters on school campuses? That's a question at the center of discussion today at an Orange County School Board work session. While board members aren't taking any action today, their comments during the session do indicate that they're taking it seriously. Some board members citing instances where students and adults have been hurt in situations where an e-bike or a scooter is involved. The members seem to balk at the prospect of banning the scooters and bikes entirely, but they did discuss leaving decisions regarding regulations up to individual schools. They also talked about enforcement options and proposals for more training. If or when school members decide to discuss banning e-bikes maybe in the future, we'll be there and we'll let you know about it.
Close to UCF on the Orange and Seminole County line sits almost 700 acres. This is High Oaks Ranch, and it's right in the middle of this fast-growing area that's been the subject of mega development before. Commissioners turned down a plan to build hundreds of homes and apartments, shops, restaurants, and offices there years ago.
Now they want to protect the property from being developed. Your Seminole County community correspondent Catherine Silver shows us how the decision to acquire lands like High Oaks could impact your life.
Take a drive east and you'll start to see less asphalt and more open area. This is where the push and pull between progress and preservation takes center stage in Seminole County.
High Oaks in particular is right on this wildlife corridor for the econ. So it's not just an isolated pocket, but it's really a part of a greater contiguous network.
Dave Baer with Save Rural Seminole says it's land like High Oaks Ranch that are surrounded by development pressures. That's one of the reasons why it's high on the county's list of properties they would like to protect. That list also includes 360 acres at Lee Ranch, 32 acres of the Buckles property, and more parcels scattered around Seminole County, all applicants to the Seminole Forever program. These are all properties the county wants to acquire. They just need to figure out the best way to do that. By far, High Oaks Ranch is the largest and most expensive, which is why it's likely this farmland would be purchased by Florida Forever, the state's program that Seminole Forever was modeled after.
They have development rights to build certain amount of land, but there's no infrastructure there to do. So do we really want 300 or 400 or 500 homes on septic tank systems when the eastern side of the county is our water recharge area?
We spoke to Chairman Jay Zembauer about the county's commitment to conservation as it continues to grow.
If we don't take measures now and move forward with doing that, there'll come a time where the future generations will have no space to enjoy.
At face value, we're looking at potentially buying land. Is it really a bigger conversation about responsible growth?
Yeah, this is just one piece in the topic of how do we grow. And everybody, as you're living life, you observe things, and that informs opinions and decisions of yours that, well, what type of community do I want to live in?
There are 7 properties, including High Oaks Ranch, that the county is moving forward with, so they need to talk to the landowners to figure out the next steps. Ultimately, the commission has final approval. In Seminole County, I'm Catherine Silver, News 6.
Catherine, thank you. Staying in Seminole County, we are learning new details about the future of a popular shopping center. News 6 has learned the old Sears building at the Oviedo Mall that closed in 2019 will become Crazy Hot Buys. Now, if you have not heard of that store, it's a liquidation outlet selling overstocked and returned merch from major retailers at discount prices. Crazy Hot Buys is set to open on November 28th, which is Black Friday. The Oviedo Mall continues to try new ways to stay open and bring people to the mall. You can find all of our coverage on those moves in this article on the homepage of clickorlando.com.
Taking a live look at Orlando International Airport from our Light Orlando camera. It is a beautiful night across Central Florida this evening. We've talked about the airport a lot in recent weeks because of that government shutdown, but today we're following 2 brand new stories at MCO. Tomorrow, the Greater Orlando Aviation Authority is going to discuss taking the first steps to transfer security at Orlando International from Orlando Police to a new GOAA Airport Police Department, which would exclusively provide law enforcement services. If approved by the board, the airport would begin talking about a transition. It would not be an overnight change by any means, but the transition would take about 4 years.
Meanwhile, we are learning the airport is replacing the gate links at Terminals A and B. The $250 million project will bring 4 brand new trams connecting passengers to gates 70 to 129. But in order to do that, the airport will go down to just 1 tram running to the gates during the day, and occasionally travelers will be asked to use shuttle buses. Now, this will not impact you if you are traveling for Thanksgiving, but work is set to begin on December 3rd and be completed in the fall of 2027. Well, here's a question no one wants to think about. How many subscription services are you paying for right now? They add up, and we're not just talking about what you get on TV. Nowadays, people pay monthly for everything from meals to printers.
I worry I'm paying for more than one of the same thing. Many people are sick of it. Next at 5, the streaming fatigue sweeping the nation now. Jonathan.
Hey, News 6 Plus is free. Download that. You can stream all the time. Look at this. I had to show you that sunset Daytona Beach right now. It is looking golden out there. We're going to talk about their comfortable evening, but fog on the way. We'll also have a preview for your Thanksgiving Day forecast. It's coming up at about 5:17.
Today's Port Canaveral Cam is sponsored by Launch Credit Union.
Subscription fees seem to be just about everywhere, and for many families, those small monthly charges, they're adding up fast. There are some things we expect to pay monthly fees for, such as home internet, cell phones, and yes, streaming services. A recent survey shows about 80% of adults paid for at least one subscription this year, and on average, they were paying roughly $90 to $118 a month, or well over $1,000 a year for subscriptions. But what really irritates people are monthly bills for features already built into the things they own. A few years ago, BMW started charging subscription fees for Apple CarPlay and heated seats for some of their new cars, despite those features built into each car from the factory. The backlash was swift. CarPlay fees were dropped in 2019, and the heated seat plan was shelved by 2023. Hewlett-Packard pushed Subscription Ink with its Instant Ink program. Its glaring problem? Even with a full Instant Ink cartridge, users could only print if they had an active subscription. Critics said it blurred the line between owning a printer but renting the ink. This spring, Garmin rolled out Connect Plus, a new premium tier for its fitness tracking software. The concern? Although current features remained free, future features would be moved behind a paywall. And in software, both Adobe and Microsoft have made subscriptions the norm through Adobe's Creative Cloud and Microsoft's 365 Personal. Steady updates and cloud storage made maintaining the programs convenient, but at the cost of subscription fees that have no end date. So, what can a consumer do? Review your subscriptions monthly. Cancel what you don't use. Set alerts before free trials end. Prioritize value, not hype. And don't be afraid to leave an ecosystem if you feel recurring fees aren't worth it. The bottom line, subscriptions aren't going away, but your money doesn't have to go with them. For Dollars and Cents, I'm Donovan Myrie.
All right, Jonathan Kagis,
wow,
our meteorologist.
Look at how gorgeous that is.
Every night, this is the best sunset we've seen. This one is glowing.
It's golden.
Fantastic. I mean, it is golden out there. It's crazy the way that it's reflecting off the water and the bridge there in the background. Gorgeous shot as the sun goes down this evening. If you snap a photo, send it my way. Just head to clickorlando.com/pins, or better yet, download the free News 6 weather app. Nothing to subscribe to there. You do have to sign up to be an insider. You can submit your photo right there, and I can showcase it on the map tonight. Again, as we watch the sunset across Central Florida, there it is. That free News 6 weather app download, of course, and you can stay up to date with the forecast with that as well. Live look again in Daytona Beach. It's nice and comfy. Air temperatures back down into the mid-70s. The breeze out of the east northeast at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Comfortable weather going to continue for the next couple of days, really for the next 7 to 10 days through Thanksgiving. Big chunk of high pressure sliding off our coast. That's keeping that breeze off of the east. Otherwise, though, we don't have a ton of moisture out there. The humidity not high, and that is going to stay away as well over the next 7 to 10 days. Clouds and rain forecast for you. The only thing we're concerned about, a little bit anyway, is just some fog coming back into play. Think we're going to wake up to more fog again, especially along the I-95 corridor than I-75. Look at the afternoon, though. There's 4 o'clock for you on your Wednesday. Tomorrow, just a few passing clouds, just like what we saw today. The only difference, it's mainly a degree warmer, maybe a degree warmer as we get into tomorrow afternoon. Sunshine should be dominant once again. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then right on through your weekend. 77 degrees in DeLand, 74 in Daytona Beach, Kissimmee. We are currently sitting at 79. Wildwood, we are also at 79 degrees. Now here's a look at your forecast.
Your forecast is sponsored by Payne Law.
Tomorrow morning, we're waking up to the 50s and 60s. You may want the light jacket again if you're out early walking the dog. Temperatures back to the mid-50s in Ocala, 56 in the Villages. We're back to 59 in Orlando. Titusville, we're hanging around 60. You're not going to need it long, though. Temperatures are going to warm up quickly, and the trend is going to be to warm up those morning lows every so often as we get towards the weekend and into next week. This is for us in Ocala. You see they were kind of teetering in the low to mid-50s through the weekend, and then you see the warmth start to build as we move to Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. That's going to be a trend that I think continues right on through Thanksgiving Day, where most of us are waking up into the 60s on Thanksgiving morning. That's, of course, Thursday, November 27th. The afternoon should be in the lower 80s, maybe able to pump it up even further into the middle 80s. Nonetheless, no matter how you slice it, it should be a very warm Thanksgiving, a very quiet and dry Thanksgiving Day. Tomorrow, it's going to be dry as well. Mims into Titusville, good evening. Watching for some fog for you guys early tomorrow morning, and then we're going to burn that off quickly. Fantastic afternoon. By lunchtime, we're back to the upper 70s. We're keeping things in the upper 70s to right around 80 degrees under a dominant sunshine once again. Area-wide, same deal, just a touch warmer, closer to the I-75 corridor. We're back to the lower 80s in Wildwood. We are at 84 degrees in Bushnell. The good times keep rolling. We could use a little bit of rain across most of Central Florida, especially west of Orlando. There's just not a ton, really not any in the 7-day forecast, with temperatures staying in the low 80s.
All right, Jonathan, thank you. Well, after the break, we are getting an inside look at a federal operation that helped bring dozens of missing kids home.
As we take a live look at downtown Orlando from our Light Orlando Delivering Hope cam, you're watching News 6 at 5. We'll be right back. Yesterday, we told you how federal agents partnered with sheriff's offices across the state, including in Central Florida, to rescue more than 120 missing kids.
Including 14 in Orange County. Operation Home for the Holidays was a massive statewide, national, even international collaboration. U.S. Marshals invited Eric Avigné from our sister station in Jacksonville to join the task force and document the operation.
The goal, obviously, is to recover missing children.
It's just after 8:30 a.m., and we're receiving a briefing on the list of missing juveniles the task force will focus on locating on this day. The briefing includes descriptions of the juveniles and a safety warning.
Be mindful that some of these locations that these children are at, they could have gang affiliations. We know that some of these kids, even though they are missing, they've posted online where they're in possession of firearms and drugs. Please make sure that you have your safety kits, your tourniquets, anything that you might need for self-aid.
We're riding with Deputy Marshal Ricky Tippy. On this day, we're searching for two missing teenage girls. One is a 13-year-old runaway, and she's believed to be with a 14-year-old who is suspected of being a human trafficking recruiter and is also wanted by the juvenile justice system.
Some of the girls have been to this complex. We don't have an apartment number yet.
As other members of the task force searches the complex and ask residents about the two girls, Marshal Tippy conducts surveillance on an area across the street where the girls were known to hang out. The girls are nowhere to be found. On to the next missing teen on the list. According to intel, that teen's cell phone pinged at this West Side home. So we stalked out the place, but it turned out to be a dead end. Time to regroup. Another unit monitoring the girl's cell phone and social media activity shares intel that she could be at a location in Green Cove Springs.
The reason why we're going to this house is her social media stuff. We have some intelligence that it comes back there very, very recently.
They do believe that there is a firearm in that house, so obviously people are going to have to take extra precaution as they make that approach.
We arrive at the house, but there are no signs of the missing teen. According to the occupants, she had previously been there, but left. It was feeling like we ran into another dead end until...
We're going to follow them.
Okay. We just got information as to where this missing teen may be located, so now we're going to that location. This, of course, is based on real-time information that is coming into the control center.
The new intel we received led us to this apartment in Jacksonville where the missing teen was located and recovered. She was taken into custody because she's wanted by the juvenile justice system. Her situation is a little different because she's also suspected of being a victim of human trafficking. The next day, we got new intel on the missing 13 and 14-year-olds we were looking for the day before. That intel led us to this Jacksonville apartment where the girls were finally located. The 14-year-old was arrested, taken to the juvenile detention center. The 13-year-old was taken to the hospital to be evaluated, receive necessary services, and possibly reunited with her family.
That was Eric Avenir reporting.
After the break, it is Medicare open enrollment season. I'm taking a look at some of the benefits that seniors may be leaving on the table.
Plus, concerns over access to health care for thousands of Central Floridians as one of the largest health systems goes through a sale.
And the new details we are learning about the California wildfire suspect's time living in Central Florida as we take a live look at Daytona Beach. You're watching News 6, still looking so gorgeous out there. Keep it here. We'll be right back. Glad you're with us. I'm Lisa Bell.
And I'm Matt Austin. You're watching News 6 at 5. We're following several top stories right now.
House lawmakers voted overwhelmingly on a bill to force the Justice Department to release all of its files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. 427 lawmakers approved the bill with just one dissenting vote, that coming from a Republican lawmaker in Louisiana. The bill now goes to the Senate. Republican Senate leaders say the Senate will try to pass the bill quickly. President Trump says he will sign the bill if it reaches his desk.
The fate of more than 1,000 workers in Lake County is up in the air tonight after Kroger suddenly announced it's pulling out. They're closing their automated delivery fulfillment facilities in Groveland in January. The company says it's a move to optimize its fulfillment network. The facility broke ground in July of 2019. Tomorrow, the Greater Orlando Aviation Authority will discuss transferring security at Orlando International Airport from Orlando Police to a new GOAA Airport Police Department. If approved by the board, the airport would begin talking with the city of Orlando about the transition. We're told it would take about 4 years.
A few months ago, we told you about the Villages Health sale to Centerville. During the sale, the Villages Health CEO sent a letter saying patients could expect continued access to their current health insurance provider following the closing.
But as your Sumter County community correspondent Emily McLeod explains, for the thousands of people who are insured by United Healthcare, that may not be the case.
I spoke to someone with United Healthcare, and they tell me around 25,000 members have received services from the Villages Health in some capacity over the last 12 months. Now, all of this uncertainty is creating a lot of stress for people who say they don't want to lose their doctors.
I feel like we've been duped.
After the Villages Health sale to Centerwell, which is a division of Humana, Nancy Devlin's and Len Kensler's medical care hangs in the balance. Both women are insured by United Healthcare.
I know a lot are upset.
On November 7th, TVH CEO Bob Trin sent out this notice to patients saying if Centerwell and United Healthcare don't reach an agreement, they will be unable to keep UHC plans beginning January 1st, 2026. Since the announcement, Devlin has been researching other providers, but says she isn't finding anything comparable to her current plan with UHC.
My PCPs is not in there, and most of them I'm paying more money out of pocket.
This all started after the Villages Health filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy earlier this year to help deal with the more than $350 million it owed to the federal government through Medicare overbilling. In September, Centerwell won the auction to buy TVH, paying $68 million in cash along with other stipulations. We reached out to the Villages Health about the ongoing situation with United Healthcare. A spokesperson from Humana sent us a statement which says in part, "We are open to having further discussions and will work in good faith toward a new agreement. UHC health plans will be accepted at the Villages Health through December 31st, 2025. If no agreement is reached, TVH will be unable to accept UHC plans starting January 1st, 2026. UHC also sent us a statement about the ongoing discussions which says in part, "Our top priority is to reach a long-term agreement that maintains long-term access to Centerwell for 2026 and beyond for people enrolled in our Medicare Advantage and employer-sponsored commercial plans." Nancy and Lynn are worried about losing their doctors they've had for years.
We trusted the Villages Health system, and we need to make it right and make it seamless. That's, to me, the right thing. I feel like we've been duped.
Now, Nancy and Lynn tell me their plan is to stick with United Healthcare through the end of the year, and they hope that United Healthcare and Centerwell can come to an agreement. United Healthcare and Centerwell both tell me they are actively engaged in discussions to try to come up with that agreement. And UHC tells me their ultimate goal is to make sure they can continue coverage for its patients and through those employer-sponsored healthcare programs. To stay on top of this story and to go back and look at our prior coverage on this, you can head on over to clickorlando.com. For now, reporting in Sumter County, I'm your Sumter County community correspondent, Emily McLeod, News 6.
Medicare open enrollment is now underway, but every year seniors may be leaving billions of dollars on the table in unused benefits. We're talking about so-called OTC benefits. Many Medicare Advantage plans offer them, allowing seniors to purchase all sorts of supplies, everything from toothpaste to toilet paper, even some groceries, all free of charge. I spoke with the developer of an app to track the benefits that's helping seniors save.
I just got this for my ankle. It says it has medicine in it to help your ankle.
68-year-old Lynn Fitzgerald recently suffered a stroke and struggles to get around.
It'll come to the door like in 2 to 5 days.
So every month, she goes online to shop for supplies using her Medicare over-the-counter benefit.
Every quarter, I get $120.
$120. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is. Like the electric toothbrush is $30.
All of it, night lights, bandages, pain meds, and more, delivered to her Poinciana home free of charge.
When you place an order, it's on the front porch the next day. It doesn't get more convenient than that.
Doug Franklin also takes advantage of the benefit, but millions of other seniors apparently do not.
Across the country, there are a few $1 billion a year left unspent from their OTC benefit. Just in the Orlando area, before the end of the year, there will be $80 million left unspent on people's OTC benefits.
Kobe Blumenfeld Gantz created the free Chapter OTC app to help seniors use their benefit.
You're literally throwing $650 down the toilet if you do not redeem these benefits.
He says he developed the app after seeing his own parents struggle to navigate Medicare.
So we built an app that makes it very easy to look up your Medicare plan, see exactly what benefit you have, whether it's $50 a month or a couple $100 a month, and we show you the exact items for which you're eligible and make it easy with a couple clicks to have those items delivered to your door instead of having to go into a pharmacy or make 7 different phone calls.
So this day and age, with inflation being what it is, everyone concerned about budgets and costs of food and household items, just makes no sense to me that you wouldn't take advantage of this opportunity.
Now, the Chapter OTC app supports most Medicare plans, reaching more than 90% of seniors.
Up until his arrest last month, the guy accused of starting one of California's most destructive wildfires, the Palisades Fire, had been living amongst us right here in Central Florida. Today, Jonathan Rinderknecht appeared in federal court in California. He was trying to get bail at the time, but newly released court documents are detailing the reasons prosecutors want him to stay behind bars.
News 6 anchor Ginger Gadsden joins us now in the studio. And Ginger, those documents are shedding more light on what his life was like after the Palisades fire while he was living in Brevard County.
Yeah, Lisa and Matt, the documents describing why Rinderknecht should not be released go into great detail about his time living with his sister, her husband, and their 2 kids in Melbourne. Now, the feds say he threatened to burn her house down and kill her husband, and the family had to call 911 on him at least twice. It got so bad, apparently the sister and her family moved out of their own home and left him behind. The feds also say he lied about storing his gun in a lockbox while at his sister's house. They say after his arrest, they found it hidden inside a stuffed animal in the garage where his sister's kid could easily reach it. Now, the feds also call him a flight risk, not only because of his ties to France, and that's where he grew up, but they also point to text messages to a friend that say he had a job, a place to live, and friends waiting in Bali. Now, Rinderknecht is also facing between 5 to 45 years in prison. He has pleaded not guilty. We'll let you know when we learn what comes out of today's bail review. Lisa?
All right, Ginger, thank you. Also new at 5, Orange County is discussing making a number of changes to animal policies to fall in line with the new state law. Among the changes discussed at a county workshop today, updating dangerous dog language to align with the new state law, requiring $100,000 liability insurance policies, enhancing penalties for dog attacks and repeat offenders, making microchip tampering a felony, and establishing proper enclosure requirements. Those changes were passed in Tallahassee as part of the Pam Rock Act, named after a mail carrier who was killed in a dog attack in 2022. Volusia County has even more strict dangerous dog rules after an 8-year-old was killed by 2 dogs earlier this year. County officials require owners of dangerous dogs to have a $500,000 insurance policy. Meantime, there could be more changes for Orange County Animal Services, including the shelter spaying or neutering a pet the first time they are impounded. Sundays would also count toward hold days for stray pets, and reclaimed pets will be microchipped with a $15 cost to the pet owner. All rules still have to be voted on by county leaders. A public hearing for the topic is set for January 13th.
In Orange County, 2 men accused of trafficking 46 pounds of pot are now behind bars. FHP pulled them over yesterday afternoon on I-4 at Conroy in Orlando. Both are now charged with trafficking marijuana, possession of marijuana with intent to sell, and more. FHP says while a trooper was Performing this traffic stop, the driver was visibly nervous and the passenger was trying to avoid eye contact. They were then asked to step out of the SUV while a canine unit was deployed when they found that 46 pounds of marijuana. It was in the trunk, apparently. Both are being held in the Orange County Jail on no bond.
The St. Cloud Fire Rescue Department held a groundbreaking ceremony this morning. It kicked off the $11 million construction of Fire Station 35. Mayor Chris Robertson says the new facility will improve response times and provide a higher level of care for the growing community. The station will be located at the corner of Breezewood Street and Neptune Road to service thousands of new residents in planned communities west of the Turnpike. Construction is expected to take about 14 months.
Autonomous driving is one step closer to moving from science fiction to reality. Members of our News 6 team saw these self-driving Waymo cars mapping Central Florida roads over the summer. And today, Orlando City Commissioners got a message from the company saying they're rolling out fully autonomous driving in the city next month. Now, it's not available to the public yet. The service will transport Waymo employees and certain guests only, but officials say it's a really big milestone to roll out that service in the near future.
We are continuing to help get results for 6,000 kids and seniors in Central Florida this year. News 6 is once again partnering with BFAR Contracting to support the Salvation Army's Angel Tree program. So far, more than 860 angels have already been returned, but there are still more than 5,000 that need to be adopted. If you are able and willing to help this year, you can take out your phone and scan the QR code on your screen. It will take you to clickorlando.com/angeltree. We've posted information and links on how to adopt an angel in person or online in that article.
Well, an added layer of protection. A Central Florida school district will get the chance to test out drones, how they'll be used to protect students during active shooter situations. Jonathan.
Nice quiet night tonight. We're talking about a little bit of fog developing overnight. Once again, we're going to pinpoint that part of your forecast and talk about the warmth that continues to build coming up at about 5:47.
And later, the demonstrations pilots are holding at one local airport as the busiest time of the year to travel gets closer.
Try out the all-new primetime schedule on News 6 Plus. Ginger and I have a new take on the day's news on News 6 tonight at 9. Go in-depth as we track the tropics and answer your weather questions with meteorologist Jonathan Kagis at 9:30. Then you can watch the late news an hour early. It's all tonight on News 6 Plus.
And you can download our streaming app for free. Just search WKMG in your smart TV's app store. It's also available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. A local school district will get a chance to test out drones.
They'll be used to distract active shooters and protect students. Your Volusia County community correspondent Angie Casada shows us how it works.
We're actually in front of my former high school, Pine Ridge High, the home of the Panthers. This is one out of several campuses that Volusia County says the new drone technology could eventually be deployed. And today the district is reacting after being chosen as one of only 3 in the state to test it. They're small, but fast. And now Volusia County schools will help test whether drones like these can save lives in an active shooter situation. These drones are developed by Campus Guardian Angel, a Texas-based company the state selected for a new pilot program.
Yeah, so in a school shooting, most of the death happens in the first 120 seconds. So it's really about how quickly can you get there to engage the shooter before they've had the chance to kill a whole bunch of children.
The drones stay stored in secured boxes inside schools. When an alarm is triggered, pilots at a remote command center launch them within seconds, locating the threat and then having the ability to fire non-lethal powder pellets, blare sirens, and flash strobe lights to distract or disorient an attacker. Superintendent Dr. Carmen Balgoban calls the selection an incredible honor, saying it gives the district a chance to lead with cutting-edge technology to protect students and staff. Sheriff Mike Chitwood says the drones offer incredible potential as a force multiplier, giving deputies precious time during the most dangerous moments. The state set aside $557,000 for the program, and Volusia will begin implementing it early next year. Volusia Schools says these drones could reach any point on campus in as little as 15 seconds. The district will start training and testing in 2026, and the state will use the results to decide whether to expand this system statewide. Reporting in Deltona, I'm your Volusia County community correspondent Angie Casada, News 6.
All right, we want to get a check now with Jonathan Kagas, and we're looking at a viewer photo, it appears, because I bet so many photos were taken tonight of that sunset. It was gorgeous out there.
Fantastic. Send them our way. ClickOrlando.com/pins. You can scan the QR code on your screen right there or download the free News 6 weather app. There's a section called Pin It. We can upload those photos. If you snap one tonight, this coming in from Pins User. Payee and River Ridge Estates, just a bit down the road from Daytona Beach this evening. Awesome shot. We showed it to you live on our Daytona Beach Skycam, but this is as the sun really going down on the other side of the horizon. Fantastic stuff for us right there this evening. Again, temperatures going to respond to a little more sunshine coming our way, getting into tomorrow as well. That's a live look in downtown Orlando. Light Orlando delivering Hope Skycam this evening. Sunrise was gorgeous. Sunset was gorgeous. And again, we're going to keep things mainly clear. Skies are clear at this present time right now. We are back into the upper 70s under those clear skies at this time. That's a live look with our Light Orlando delivering Hope Skycam in downtown Orlando. Air temperatures back to the mid-70s in Daytona Beach. We're in the lower 70s in Palm Coast. Leesburg, we are at 76. Back to the mid-70s for us in Palm Bay. Tomorrow morning, I think we start things off on the cool side again. You might want the light jacket to start your day. You'll shed it in the first hour or so as the sun comes up tomorrow morning. We're going to get back into the low to mid-80s. Ocala, we're at 54. Denellen, we are at 53 degrees. Low to mid-60s for us along the Brevard coastline tomorrow. Now here's a look at your afternoon.
Your forecast is sponsored by Advent Health.
Temperatures getting back into the low to mid-60s as we push forward.
Hey, welcome back. After the break, what pilots on the picket line are pushing for as the holidays come near? Plus, we're staying on top of the boat in Brevard County as the future of an elementary school hangs in the balance.
Coming up in the morning, expanding Sunrail to Orlando International Airports.
It's been talked about for years, but will it ever happen? The key vote to try to keep the plan alive.
Plus, what the Orlando Magic are doing to try and help some families ahead of Thanksgiving.
We'll see you for News 6 mornings starting at 6.
And here's another live look at Daytona Beach. You
So
are
pretty.
watching News 6 at 5. How does it keep looking
Every
better
shot, it's gorgeous.
and better? We'll be right back.
Great weather keeps on rolling right back into tomorrow. We're back into the upper 70s along the coast. Low to mid 80s inland, rain chances non-existent. Again, we'll see a few passing clouds. Watch out for some fog early on tomorrow morning, and then I think we burn things off. There's 11 o'clock tonight again. Just watching for a little bit of fog, mainly in the same areas we saw today along the I-75 corridor, back toward the I-95 corridor as well. Otherwise, sunshine going to be dominant for us as we head into the day tomorrow. Once again, pretty much a carbon copy of what we saw today. Tropical front, we're still in hurricane season. Technically, we talked a couple of weeks ago, we likely not see anything else develop post-Melissa. No new development expected over the next 7 days from the Hurricane Center. Climate Prediction Center has their forecast go out a little bit longer, which takes us well beyond the official end through December 9th. Of course, the last day of hurricane season is on November 30th. No new development expected in the long range either. So things are looking very, very nice. Countdown on 12 days to go officially, again, with the official end coming in on November 30th. 7-day forecast. Fantastic. If you like it a little on the warmer side with those cool mornings, we're going to keep things on the cooler side to start, hanging in the upper 50s and lower 60s. Tomorrow and Thursday, we're back to the lower 80s over the next couple of days. And then we'll see the warmth try to surge back a little bit. Getting into Thanksgiving week, you see those morning low temperatures start to tick back up Monday into Tuesday, guys.
All right, Jonathan, thank you. With just days until the holiday travel rush, pilots for Allegiant Airlines are turning up the pressure on contract talks.
They launched a nationwide picket today, including at Orlando Sanford International Airport. Your Seminole County community correspondent Mark Lehman spoke with the pilots on what they want and has a response from their employer.
As we're heading into the busy travel season, the pilots here say they're frustrated with negotiations that have dragged on for years. They're calling for action from Allegiant, saying the longer they're without a contract, the more risk there is for cancellations and delays.
This is a catalyst that's going to cause some change here, all right? You're doing something.
A showing of solidarity in Sanford. More than 100 Allegiant workers, mostly pilots, picketing at the airport in demanding an end to a stalemate in contract talks.
We've been in contract negotiations with the company too long. It's been about 5 years or longer, and we're just trying to get in line with compensation, benefits, and work rules that match our peers and the other airlines.
Oliver Shields is joining more than 1,400 pilots across the country at 22 airports. It's happening as the union claims Allegiant is continuing to ask for concessions while not addressing concerns about pilot retention.
Our peers are making 50% more than we are right now. We haven't had a pay raise in 10 years, and we feel like it's about time and we deserve it. We're a little frustrated by that.
Allegiant has offered what it calls a competitive package. It includes a 50% average increase in hourly wages that scales to 70% over 5 years. The company releasing a statement saying in part, "We are operating our full schedule and do not anticipate any disruptions related to the informational picketing." Allegiant remains steadfast in its commitment to working in good faith to secure a deal for our pilots. And while pilots are ready to strike, the criteria for that hasn't been met. Meanwhile, those here and across the country are hoping to see progress at the bargaining table.
The company coming in, negotiating in good faith and being able to come to a resolution here. So we hope that's going to happen as soon as possible.
In Sanford, I'm your Seminole County community correspondent, Mark Lehman, News 6.
Ginger Gadsden is in the newsroom with what we are working on for News 6 at 6.
A new state law could put charter school classes and public school classes under the same roof. Coming up, a closer look at how this would work and who could foot the bill. And a popular online platform for kids is working to keep them safe. The new guidelines being rolled out for Roblox users. Let's take you outside right now, and why not? Look at how beautiful this is. This is a live look from our Light Orlando Delivering Hope camera. You're watching News 6. We'll be right back.
Now on News 6 at 6, a story we've been following for weeks. The future of the only elementary school in the city of Cape Canaveral up for a final discussion.
I think this is going to be a huge disruption to the community because 90% of the students are walkers.
What's next for students? Plus, a major grocery store distribution center in Groveland is closing. The impact on workers and customers. And later, a popular online platform for kids announcing new safety guidelines. The new age verification policy that has people talking. News 6 at 6 starts now. In the near future, we could see some public school and charter school classes all under the same roof.
With public school districts covering the cost with your tax dollars, something that's enshrined in a recently passed law. Your Orlando community correspondent Mike Valenti joins us now live outside the Orange County School District building where board members discussed the law during a work session. Mike?
Yeah, Ginger, Matt, it appears that Orange County School Board members don't seem too hopeful about a law concerning what's called Schools of Hope. These are charter schools aimed at serving underserved communities.
It's so confusing. I don't even know what's going on.
I don't even know where to start with this hastily and poorly written rule and law.
Board members in real time trying to absorb the potential implications of the district subsidizing Schools of Hope. These are charter schools run by what's called a Hope Operator, a nonprofit serving students from one or more, quote, persistently low-performing schools.
Neighborhood schools are community anchors. Co-location can fragment a school's identity, divide parent organizations, and create confusion about who's accountable for the overall campus experience.
The law we're talking about states that school districts must permit any School of Hope to use all or part of underused, vacant, or surplus school district facilities and receive facility-related services. Those charter schools would move in rent-free, and the district, well, it would cover costs for services like transportation.
My biggest concern really as a board member is the funding aspect. How do we fund this?
While there was consensus on the board about the law's potential pitfalls, board member Alicia Ferrant asked her colleagues to reflect on how we got here.
Something I'm sure we don't really want to think about is we're in this predicament because we have schools that are not servicing our kids in the way that they should.
So important to stress, this was just a work session. No decisions were made at this meeting. I also want to mention we did learn that the district has received letters from School of Hope operators seeking to share space with existing schools in those existing school buildings. But we're told that many of those letters were rejected for various reasons, including one for the fact that two of those operators are not authorized in the state of Florida. We're live outside the Orange County School building. I'm your Orlando community correspondent, Mike Valenti, News 6.
All right, good to know, Mike. Thank you. Electric bikes and scooters on campus, also a big topic for board members.
Yeah, no action was taken today, though, but it is an issue being taken seriously by the district. Some board members citing instances where students and adults have been hurt in situations where an e-bike or scooter was involved. The members didn't support banning these scooters and bikes entirely, but they did discuss leaving decisions regarding regulations up to individual schools. They also talked about enforcement options and proposals for additional training. Of course, we'll keep a close eye on this and let you know if school leaders decide to ban e-bikes or e-scooters. New at 6, the Marion County teen who faked his own kidnapping will spend the next year under house arrest. Caden Spate must also serve 100 hours of community service and pay back the nearly $25,000 in investigative costs to the Marion County Sheriff's Office. In September, he texted his family that he had been kidnapped and shot. An Amber Alert was issued. The Sheriff's Office says he was found a day later with a broken leg after shooting himself.
In Brevard County, tonight we could soon learn the fate of Cape Canaveral's only elementary school. Brevard Public Schools is thinking about merging Cape View Elementary with Roosevelt Elementary. This is 7 miles away in Cocoa Beach. The district pointing to low enrollment causing the closure because of Cape Canaveral having an older population. But neighbors have been pushing back against the idea.
It'd be a far drive, and I think it's just an inconvenience for a lot of people.
Just overcrowding what we have here. You know, it's nice the way it is. If it gets overpopulated, it may not be as nice.
Your Brevard County community correspondent James Sparvero has been telling us what's at stake for two schools in Cape Canaveral and Cocoa Beach for several weeks.
Brevard Public Schools continues its controversial discussion about the possibility of closing an elementary school because of low enrollment. Board members are acknowledging this is a difficult conversation for everyone.
You know, nobody wants to be here. It is a miserable place to be.
But if Brevard Public Schools closes Cape View Elementary in Cape Canaveral and sends the students to Roosevelt Elementary in Cocoa Beach, board members say at least the 500 combined children will be in the same classrooms together from kindergarten until they graduate high school. All of the elementary students wind up at Cocoa Beach Junior-Senior High School, where board chair Gene Trent used to work as a teacher.
That would be wonderful for, you know, the continuity, discipline, academic achievement.
The schools are 7 miles apart, and most kids at Cape View walk or ride their bikes, so parents have told me about their transportation concerns.
Making us late to work, possibly. So it's a lot of different things that it could do. It's great having a school in the community.
And the community has the support of their mayor and city council.
Cape Canaveral, at large, supports Cape View.
2 weeks ago, I went to this town hall where Mayor Wes Morrison backed families saying he doesn't want Cape Canaveral to lose its only school either.
And it will be sad to have a city with no school.
Board member Katie Campbell argues merging schools would mean students would get a better education, and the district would save millions that's currently needed in repairs at Cape View. The school opened in the early 60s.
That could go into paying our people more and providing services to our children.
But it does not change the livelihoods of what Cape View means to our family. There's no getting around the convenience of Cape View.
A final decision about a possible merger would be made at a public hearing in January. In Viera, I'm your Brevard County community correspondent, James Sparvero, News 6.
In Lake County, we are pushing for answers after a major grocery chain announced it is closing a distribution center in Groveland.
After tens of millions of dollars in investment, the grocery chain Kroger has announced it will shut down its Groveland facility next year. News 6 community correspondent Troy Campbell is live outside that Kroger delivery facility in Groveland, and he has reaction. Troy, this is a lot of jobs.
It's a lot. We're talking over 1,000. And in fact, we're standing out here. A man just pulled up here. He said, yes, I work here, and just found out today, saying he was shocked because a lot of people are telling us they really like their job. So I've spoken with a lot of employees who say they are devastated and shocked. I also spoke with District 2 Lake County Commissioner Sean Parks about this, and he says he's devastated and he's fearing this could cause hundreds of people who currently live in Groveland to actually leave Lake County to go seek jobs elsewhere. Now this facility, it's nearly 400,000 square feet. They broke ground back in 2019. Now it came at an estimated cost of $55 million. However, county officials tell me tens of millions more were invested in technology at this facility. The city of Groveland says this is likely going to affect up to 1,400 people, so they say they will also be working with CareerSource of Central Florida. An employee at the company this morning tells us that he was told that staff were instructed to apply for jobs at other grocery facilities owned by Kroger, but they say that would require them to uproot their families and move to another state. I spoke with an employee who anonymously, because he didn't want to give his name, so we're going to take a listen to how he feels. He says he planned on spending the rest of his career here. And again, we spoke with District 2 Commissioner Sean Parks, who says he was shocked by this announcement. Take a listen. What was your reaction when you first found out that the Kroger facility did plan to close?
Absolute shock. I mean, listen, I just found out about it this morning, and it's devastating.
Yeah, on that, have you spoken with any of these employees who will be let go?
I have had, yes, unfortunately, yes, this already today, a few that they were surprised as well, and they're shocked.
And you planned on investing the rest of your career there?
Yes. I plan on retiring there because I loved it being there at Kroger. I didn't want to go nowhere else at all, period.
Now, again, employees here were told they have until the end of January. One of the families tells me that they're being offered $2,500 if they do stay till the very end and don't leave before then to get employment elsewhere. Now, this isn't the first manufacturing facility in Central Florida to announce a closure recently. So in about 10 minutes, I'm going to go and chat with Professor Snaith from UCF. He's an economics expert, and we're going to, kind of scope with him what this means for the economic climate here in Central Florida. And of course, we will bring that to you starting at 10 and also 11. Until then, live in Groveland, Troy Campbell, News 6. Back to you.
All right, Troy, thank you. We do have some breaking news out of the nation's capital. Mere hours after the U.S. House overwhelmingly approved a bill to compel the DOJ to release files in the Jeffrey Epstein investigation, the Senate did the same. The bill now heads to the president's desk for his signature, something he signaled he would do. Well, amid lawsuits aimed at child safety, a popular online platform is rolling out new measures.
We told you before about concerns with Roblox. Coming up, how the new verification system will work to help protect users going forward.
Sun going down tonight. The warm-up is on over the next couple of days. We'll have a preview of what that means for your Thanksgiving Day forecast at about 6:17.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Advent Health, helping the communities we serve to feel whole.
A local pro triathlete was hit by a car while riding her bike in Claremont Saturday morning and just left for dead. She was recovering in the hospital now. She is still alive. While that hit-and-run driver is still out there, this woman was training for an Ironman competition on County Road 455 Saturday morning when that driver hit her and then left the scene. People close to her say Gabrielle Suver is a talented athlete and a shining light in the community.
She is a very talented runner, and now she has a rod in her leg, spine, neck injuries, things like that, are extremely challenging for any of the sports, swimming, biking, or running. So it remains to be seen, how she's going to be able to continue.
Florida Highway Patrol says she was unable to identify the vehicle that hit her, and the driver continued east on County Road 455, never stopped. Her coach started a GoFundMe to help with medical costs. We'll have the latest tonight on News 6 at 11. That GoFundMe can be found on clickorlando.com.
Well, after a slew of lawsuits, including some from families in Central Florida, Roblox is rolling out new safety features.
Yeah, the popular game has been accused of not doing enough to protect kids online. News 6 investigator Erica Bergoglio has been following these concerns and has more on the changes coming to Roblox.
One of the main concerns with Roblox is that anyone can create an account and pretend to be someone else. Last month, I told you 2 Brevard County families filed separate lawsuits against Roblox, claiming young girls were groomed and sexually exploited online. The state of Florida also issued criminal subpoenas in response to allegations Roblox is not doing enough to verify users' ages and moderate content. Now, Roblox says it's verifying ages for users who want to message other players. So here's how it works. If you want to text or voice chat with someone on Roblox, you will be required to take a video of your face. This will be used to estimate your age. Roblox says the videos will be deleted after the age check is processed. Just hours ago, I spoke with someone from Roblox about the reliability of this system.
You will be able to appeal if you think that this has checked you incorrectly, in which case you'll be asked to upload a government-issued ID, or if you're a minor, you'll be able to have a parent verify your age for you.
We live in an age where there's AI and people are using that to create their own images. Are there concerns that people are going to try to skirt around these new safeguards?
For the way this system works, it requires a liveness check. So you will be in a live video asked to move your head and blink, so that you won't be able to use an AI generated image to pass this age check.
After the age checks, users will be assigned to age-based chats. This means children will only be allowed to message someone around their age, and the same goes for adults. Roblox will start enforcing age checks in the United States in January. Erica Bergoglio, News 6.
Fantastic evening coming our way tonight. Daytona Beach, the sun is down this evening. We are watching a mainly clear sky. Do watch out for a little bit of fog to develop over the next couple of hours, mainly overnight for your morning commute. Otherwise, it's going to be great weather-wise. We're back to the upper 60s under a mainly clear sky. The breeze out of the east-southeast at about 5 miles an hour tonight. The reason why we have that breeze out of the east, high pressure departing the Carolinas right now. That clockwise airflow around high pressure helping to push in a little bit of extra moisture along the coast. Otherwise, though, we are nice and quiet. We are going to keep things on the clear side over the next couple of days. Some of that moisture trying to get close there in the form of some of the cloud cover. Otherwise, again, overnight tonight, we're going to be on the clear side, just watching for those areas of fog, especially along I-75 and I-95. There's 4 o'clock on your Wednesday afternoon. Not much out there. A few passing clouds, a very similar day to what we saw earlier this afternoon. Temperature-wise, now we're back to the upper 60s in Palm Coast. We're at 68 degrees in Daytona Beach. Holopah into Kissimmee, we are at 74. Groveland, we're also at 74 this evening, back to the low 70s in Palm Bay. Good evening in Mico. We are at 72 degrees. Another cool start tomorrow. You may want the light jacket if you're out early, maybe going to the school bus or walking the dog. Otherwise, we're looking pretty good again, just on the chilly side, relatively speaking anyway. In the Villages, we're at 56. Ocala, we are at 54 degrees, still a touch warmer as usual along the Space Coast, back to the low 60s. Now here's a look at the afternoon.
Sponsored by Strata Air Conditioning and Heating. AC emergency? You ought to call Strata.
Over the next couple of days, we're going to warm things back up into the upper 50s by 7 o'clock in Mims and Titusville, 69 degrees by 9 o'clock. We're back to the middle 70s by 11, 78 degrees by 1. A very nice afternoon. Going much further toward Thanksgiving, again, about a little more than a week away now. November 27th on Thursday, of course. 60s coming our way for the morning, 80s by the afternoon. We'll fine-tune that forecast to some more fine-tuned numbers, but nonetheless, it's looking warm warm. It's looking dry, not only for Thanksgiving, but for the next several days beyond that as well. And again, as mentioned, it's going to be a very nice day along the coast. Just watch out for a little bit of fog early on. We're at 83 in the Villages. Tomorrow, Oviedo, we're going to check in at 81 degrees. 83 in Kissimmee, back to Celebration. We're at 81 degrees in Palm Bay, 80 just up the road for us in Melbourne. And there's much more of the same where this came from. We're in the low to mid 80s over the next few days. Foggy start for tomorrow and into Thursday. We'll see a mix of clouds and sunshine getting into your weekend. But by and large, we are keeping the comfortable stretch of weather right on through the weekend, right on through next weekend, right on through Thanksgiving, guys.
That looks good. All right, thank you, Jonathan. Sports director Jamie Say is here now.
Jamie, it's the biggest saga in SEC football.
Yeah, who will Coach Lane Kiffin choose? Will he stay with Ole Miss? Or will he go to Gainesville? Or will he go to Baton Rouge? Right? The latest in the drama is on the way. There is a little bit of drama today. And the man who is known to light up the Kia Center is back in town. Steph Curry and the Warriors are here to take on the Magic. A live look at the Kia and a look back at Curry's 50-something game last year. That's next. The center of attention in college football is not an undefeated football team or any of the Heisman contenders. It's one man, one head coach. It's Lane Kiffin. Everybody is wondering about the Lane train's direction. Today, Kiffin refuted a report that said Ole Miss had given him an ultimatum. You see, The Athletic reported today that Rebels leadership told Kiffin he had to make up his mind about his coaching future before the November 28th game against Mississippi State. But today, Kiffin on ESPN's The Pat McAfee Show said that was not true. No ultimatum was given. ESPN reported yesterday that members of Kiffin's family visited Gainesville on Sunday and then Baton Rouge yesterday. Kiffin, though, did not make either trip. However, it's no secret he's being courted by Florida and LSU to be their next head coach. Ole Miss obviously wants to keep him. Rebels 10-1 this year. His contract is not up until 2031. Kiffin has talked about how much he likes what he's doing at Ole Miss, but he hasn't shot down any speculation that he might leave. He posted this motivational and cryptic passage on social media today just to mess around with everybody. Day 223. How do you know what to do next? You ask yourself honestly what your 90-year-old self would advise you to do. My 90-year-old self would say eat the ice cream. Other than that, I don't know. All right, so tonight, one of the best shooters in NBA history invades the Kia Center. Steph Curry is back in town. He and the Warriors tip off against the Magic at 7. Here is a live look inside the Kia Center. There it is. The Magic are hoping to improve to 8-7 tonight with a win. They're going to be a little shorthanded. Paolo Banchero will miss his third game with a groin strain. Jalen Suggs had a groin injury too, but he went through shoot-around this morning. He was a game-time decision, but the Magic just said Suggs is available to play. Suggs going to be key in trying to stop Curry, too. The Golden State guard electrified the Kia Center in his last visit. Remember this? When Curry went off for 56 points on 12 threes last February. He also had a 51-point game in Orlando back in 2016. Here's what the future Hall of Famer said about playing in the City Beautiful last year, followed by the Magic's comments on Curry from this morning's shoot-around.
I look forward to playing here. Obviously, only get one time a year, and it's delivered pretty much every time.
He has so much gravity. He makes so much plays for himself, for his team. So I think just staying connected to him, being attached, and being locked in on the game plan.
Got to be locked in for the whole possession, and when they move the ball really well, move bodies really well, and obviously shoot really well.
Going to be a tough out tonight. Okay, one of the architects of the Orlando Pride's championship season is leaving. The team announced soccer operations vice president Haley Carter is stepping down after 3 seasons. She was integral in bringing star Barbara Banda to Orlando last year and Jackie Ovalle to town this year. The Pride won the NWSL Championship and Supporter Shield during a record-breaking 2024 season. They made the semifinals this season, but just fell short this weekend, but a lot of that championship is owed to the players, but certainly owed to Haley Carter, who really
played a big role.
A really good team here in Orlando.
That doesn't happen without Banda. That
no,
is for
no,
sure.
It does not.
Yeah.
No, it does not.
If the Gators don't get Lane, who do they get?
Well, that's a good question that I've been posing to my Gator friends. It's like, okay, if you guys don't get Lane, who do you want? There's Eli Drinkwitz, there's Jed Fish. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Interesting stuff. Jamie Say, thank you so much. Hey, we have much more coming up for you on News 6 at 9 o'clock on clickorlando.com and the News 6 Plus streaming app.
Until then, have a good night. We'll see you again at 9 o'clock. Bye.
We keep things in a pretty quiet pattern, but fog is expected to develop again overnight tonight. We're going to pinpoint who is the best chance to see that for your morning commute at 11.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Fog back in the picture for your morning commute tomorrow. We're pinpointing the best shot to see it tonight.